out there that, I mean, you don't really, you're just known through word of mouth, through the social media. You don't really do any heavy advertising, and yet your business is so successful. So other women entrepreneurs that are thinking of maybe launching something, what advice would you have for them?
Well, I think my biggest advice would be to follow your passion. And you always hear about people saying, well, follow your passion and the money will follow. And I believe that that's really true. And perseverance is the biggest thing. And I think you know this from all of your years in business too. It's really perseverance. It's really having...
And loving what you're doing.
And loving what you're doing. Absolutely. You have to love it. You have to wake up every day, and it has to feel, I sometimes call my company my baby, because
it
like,
is your baby.
And my baby needs, diaper changes and feeding a lot and all of those things. But I love my baby. And so love what you do. Persevere. Don't give up. Find people that support you and encourage you. And think in terms of also, if you're going to do something in a business, that you want to sell, like in the case of what I do, you want to sell units. Make sure that you don't overdevelop, because if you overdevelop, then you can't charge a price that people want to buy.
Well, yours is so affordable. Now, where is yours made? I mean, is it made here and abroad, or?
Yes, I make it here. I actually make it in my laboratory in Newton.
Really?
I do.
So it's not imported from Paris or whatever, yet
No.
It's very French, right?
It's very French. It's very French based. Now, I don't know that I told you this, where I studied. I studied in Bangkok.
Oh, okay.
So after the whole thing of losing my position as an engineer and finding out where I could learn how to become a perfumer, I ended up going to school in Bangkok. And I was taught by a perfumer, a veteran perfumer over 30 years. He actually used to work for Coty in the UK.
Okay.
And so he moved to Bangkok after going there for a vacation, and then got a little bored with his retirement and decided to go back to the perfume stuff. So he started a school, and it was just, it gave all the benefits of studying in a place like Grasse or studying in Paris, but it was much more affordable for me to do. So I went to Bangkok and I studied there.
That's amazing.
It was such an adventure.
But now, you have developed something where if someone wanted to have their own personal scent, that you can teach them, that you have a workshop?
Sure, yes.
Talk about that.
Yeah, we did a series of workshops last summer through the fall, where people can come in and we go through a little bit about the history of perfume. I bring a bunch of different base ingredients that they can work from, and we go through the process of what they're looking to do, what their favorite type of scent is, and how they want to build it. And I teach them how to go ahead and make their own custom fragrance. And they walk out of the workshop and they have their little bottle of perfume with their name on it, their invention.
Now, would it say elemental scents for, like Yolanda, or elemental scents for the person's name, or would it just have the person's name on it?
Well, we could just have the person's name on it. We called the series of the workshops Unleash Your Sensuality.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
It was fun. It
is fun. I mean, that's something that women would love to have. And I mean, to develop that and have that personal scent just for them would be incredible. I'd love to have my own bottle and saying Yolanda's. It would be really special.
Oh, yeah.
Now, where do you store it? I always worry, because I know I was in the cosmetic field for a long time, and we had our own products. And the shelf life of certain cosmetics, you can't leave, because they can just evaporate or I know I've had some things that people have given me like little gifts, and then if I didn't use it, it gets all dried out, or they say it's past the date.
Right.
Is there a shelf life, or where do you store it?
Well, there's shelf lives for different types of things. Like certainly for the lotion and the bath gels, it's a year. After a year, you want to get rid of them because, excuse me, because you have to keep things clean and away from microbials. So and those types of things, you definitely want to get rid of them after a year, just like cosmetics. When it comes to perfume can last a very long time. It can really retain some of its integrity even for decades if it's taken care of. It has to be kept out of heat, out of light, kept cool, and kept in the dark. Some people keep their fragrances in the refrigerator, which will not harm them at all. It will actually help them to stay more and keep their integrity longer. Now, the other thing about perfume that helps is if you're doing perfume in an alcohol-based type of perfume, like an eau de cologne, eau de parfum, the alcohol itself acts as a natural preservative and keeps things nice and appropriate the way that they were mixed together as far as ingredients. So you can keep them for a long time. If you have something that's a very fresh sort of citrusy type of thing, it might start to lose some of its top note and its fizz after a year and a half or so. So, but the deep, I call them the deep brooding ones, like the Orientals, like the Mitsukos and the Opium and things like that. You take care of those. Those can last you a good long time.
So now, if people are interested, they can go to Whole Foods, just locally.
Yep.
Or they can email you, right?
They can email me, that's right.
And let's give them that.
So my email address that they can email at is customerservice@elementalsense.com.
And they can they order online?
They can. The website is www.elementalsense.com, and it's a full website with all of the products that they can shop and go ahead and purchase.
Now, I understand the pricing is fantastic. I was actually shocked because it's delightful. I want to buy every one of the products, and I just trying to think of, just give us a rough idea of costs.
So, the purse size, the small purse size, we're currently selling them on the website for 19, so it's a little purse size, $19.
That's
so
great.
it's a nice little bit, and then. We have two 2-ounce versions. One is an eau de cologne and one is an eau de parfum. So the eau de cologne is $38 and the eau de parfum is $55.
That's fantastic. We're great gift items.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a special thing. I mean, if you started and someone's birthday's coming up, and even, what are you thinking about trying to select something for someone? Does the person really have to be there to have the scent to approve it?
Well,
do you think?
I think it depends on how well you know the person and you know some of the things about their style. If you know something about what kind of a person they are they a romantic type of person? Are they an adventurous type of person? Are they a sporty type of person? Do they like, very feminine fragrances? Do they like to sort of light and citrusy types of things? So if you know those things about them, you could certainly choose. And one thing that I did in creating all of the elemental scents, the whole line, the 5, air, earth, fire, water, and spirit, is I also followed some of the distinct families of fragrances. So air has that aldehydic, very bright, fizzy, Chanel No. 5-like type of characteristic to it. Earth is this very green fragrance. So it really, the first thing you smell is this fresh cut grass, fresh cut leaf sort of smell. So it's that green family. And then water is an oceanic, a typical oceanic with those nice smells of like salt air and almost that, I can't really quite describe it. It's sort of ozone-y. It's
right.
Yeah, it's sort of fresh
So it's really
and clean.
a lifestyle too, really.
It really is. Yeah, so I really matched them to those styles. Fire is a traditional Oriental. So it has all of those heavy florals and spices, and it's very romantic. And spirit is a straight feminine floral. So
we are so pleased that you came to tell us about this, because I know that there are so many people that we are sometimes too heavy a cologne or a perfume. Sometimes they buy these very costly ones, or they think they can't put that finishing touch without the right product. But your product is available to everyone, and it's priced at a great price for people that really want to finish the look. It's one thing about dressing all up and getting ready to go out, but that last minute touch, that little special touch for men and women both, Elemental Scents has it all.
Oh, well, thank you.
And we're very excited that you had a chance to come and tell us all about your career and let us know what's going to be happening in the future.
Oh,
and
yes.
the new colognes and new products going to be called?
It's going to be called Collection Supreme, and there are 4 fragrances coming out, and those are coming out this summer. And we're actually going to do a launch locally, and
we'll look forward to the launch, and maybe we'll have you back with the new products.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate
So thanks so
that.
much for being with us today. And thank you all for watching. So remember, the scent of a woman is really the sense of you. So enjoy every bit of that wonderful aroma and have your own personal style and sense. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Roberta, for being here.
Thank
It's
you,
very
Yolanda.
special.
Thank you for having me.